Hey, you fuck with this rapper named Lil Peep?
Who?
His name Lil Peep.
Little P?
Little Peep. Like peeping through the peephole.
Like P as in like piss or like what?
Nigga, like peep, nigga, like peep this watch. Peep this
Peep?
road. Peep that ass over there.
Man, I never heard of him. He
Or you know
popping?
Lil Pump. I mean, all these niggas I'm naming, they're gonna be on the freshman list.
No, they're not, nigga. Trust me. If I don't know their name, they definitely won't be.
They already on that little list, that little mock list thing.
No, nigga. Like that's fans making it.
But
Yeah,
I'm saying, no.
Yo, truth be told, and this probably gonna break a lot of y'all hearts. X probably ain't gonna make the list. If the list come out before June, X ain't making it. I'm gonna tell y'all exactly who gonna make it. Y'all gotta realize this list is not who the motherfucking 13 or 16-year-olds are fucking with. That's not this type of list. If you nah, but everybody on that list, they put out mixtapes that's doing numbers. They moving hella units. They making money and they doing tours that at least getting 500 a show.
Look, I'm not a huge like X fan, bro, but like XXL, bro, they are hype beasts, bro. They gonna go to whoever got the
No, they won't. Yo, he has nothing but that song in the buzz. He won't make it. Trust me.
Stop playing with
unless he comes out.
No more,
bro. Yo, guarantee Young M.A. is a shoe-in for that. Yo, she's from New York. There's a New York bias. She got a platinum single. They're gonna put her on just cause. A Boogie's gonna make it. Famous Dex is gonna make it. Rich the Kid, they're gonna offer it to him. He might turn it down. But all these little pump, little P, little twat, like these niggas ain't making it. Trust me. Like
yo, they said Jose Guapo will make it.
Jose Guapo ain't making it, bro. Yo, trust me.
He's trash. I don't even know.
No, it's not even trash. It's like you got to have a certain there's a certain requirement. It's not really tangible, but like you have to have put out a couple of projects. They're really good with that. You got to start going around the city, kind of touring, have some merch out. It's all about looks. You get me?
Hey,
and just
nah,
buzzing.
Look, A Boogie don't even have.
I don't think A Boogie gonna make it though.
A Boogie is gonna make it absolutely. Again, there's a New York bias. Yo, there's a New York bias. They're gonna give him credit for the Drake bringing him out on Madison Square Garden. They're gonna say that's a huge acknowledgement, right? Supposedly there's a collab going on. Also, they're gonna be like, oh, he's one of the people that's birthed in this new revolution in New York hip hop. Him, Don Q, all that shit.
That mean they gonna add pressure too.
Huh? No, they're not gonna add no pressure. All right, listen, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Lil Pump or Lil Pete, whatever he said his name is, Casanova from New York got a better chance. And Casanova, like, bruh. Yo, there's home court. I've been telling y'all about this list. They're not going in the. First of all, they look at the
list. XXL gonna die. They know that. Bro. Double XL know that they don't put X on that list, bro. They gonna, bro. It's gonna be over with for the bro. Cause bro.
Yeah. Trust me. Let me tell you this. This is what I think a lot of people don't get, right? Like, you see me, I probably do the best job out of everybody covering the culture, where I cover the guys who are mainstream, the guys who are about to be mainstream, and the guys who like only get fucked with by a certain demographic. When I do a story about X, he got a huge cult following right now, but that demographic is just like this. Like, everybody else is like, who the fuck? Like, you may not know it, but a lot of people don't know about him. Like, to keep it real, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So Double XL, their list is never to please X's fan base. Like, X's fan base is not even their target audience. You get me? That's why you see when you look at their list, you gonna see. That's why they try to get the Tory Lanez and they try to get the Bryson Tillers. Now, again, if he get to the point where Uzi was last year, do you remember Uzi last year? Uzi last year was huh?
Uzi kind of co-signed him.
Yeah, but I'm telling when that list come out, y'all gonna be pleasantly surprised. I know everybody gonna be on that list.
All right, so who the fuck is Anderson .Paak, bro? I didn't know him about him before the XXL freestyle.
And that's another thing. They're not gonna put all mumble rappers on it, bro. Like pull at this. If X make it, and again, I'm speaking right now in February, early February. This is February 3rd. If X make it, the guy who I hear a lot of people mention his name right next to him, Slump God, he ain't making it. Okay, it's one or the other. Like, they're not putting both of them on there. Like, it's not gonna happen. I know you guys have these like lists in your mind, but they're not gonna put like a bunch of niggas. I'm not gonna lie. What should happen? And again, this will be copying their idea. There should be a new publication that comes up with a new kind of list that would reflect especially what's going on the internet. But again, most of these niggas, I told y'all, I sat in MTV's office and they start talking about the people who were lit, and none of the names that y'all would even want to mention was coming up. I brought up Uzi 10 times, like Uzi, 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 Yachty, and every time I brought it up, niggas was like, yo, I hate that nigga. They not, and again, these are the people, and I'm not saying those people exactly. I'm saying that's the age gap in between the people making decisions and the people that you think they're targeted. A nigga who's 35 or 40, and again, it's not even really about age, it's about what they're tuned into. They tune into people who putting up numbers, who doing these press runs, who got this whole package already sorted out. They're not really looking at SoundCloud rappers. They get on people late on some shit like, oh, now we got a hit. Now let's go look at his SoundCloud. You get me? So when Fetty gets a hit, they're like, oh shit, he was killing on SoundCloud. They're not gonna find him early. Nowadays, the guys that y'all are fucking with, these niggas are early as a motherfucker. They got a lot of momentum on SoundCloud, but that's about it. Ugly God came on this shit, right? A bunch of people say Ugly God got to be on the list. Ugly God came on this shit. Ugly God has done a handful of shows. You think Ugly God is going to be in their consideration? No, they're not going to be thinking about it like that unless he got another big hit.
Do you think Kodak Black going to be on there?
Bro,
Kodak was on last year.
Rappers need XXL, bro. That's a fact. Like, that's a fact, bro. If all them niggas turn
No, but what I'm saying is they're going to put 10 people on it. Y'all are mentioning like Lil Pump, bruh. Lil Pump is not making it. Okay, whoever that is, he's not making it.
10 rappers right now. That you think can make the list.
Already named 2 from New York, so A Boogie making it. Young M.A. making it. Famous Dex making it. Right?
Yo,
right?
I feel like they're gonna
Kid
put
is gonna get offered.
Let
Let me see who else.
You think Nav would make it?
Nav is definitely getting it. You see, that's what they call a cosign. The Weeknd signs you to OVO. What's the guy's name? I don't know if his name is Blackhurst. 6 Lack. He'll probably have a nod over some of these other guys. You see again, with this XXL shit, it's also about cosigns and huge cosigns. You know what I mean? Cosigns not only just a shout out, because unless it's a shout out from like Drake, they're not gonna really see that's done. But say if they get signed, like say if Uzi signs somebody, they would give it a little bit more credit more than Uzi shouting them out.
What about Dave East and Don Q?
Dave East already made it. Don Q, I think he's going to be close to making it, but I think they're going to have too many New York people on it. They can't make it a New York show. They got to put on Young M.A. They got to put on A Boogie, right? And again, if you put on A Boogie, Don Q is in that same mix. You can't put that on. So those are the 2 New York people already, right? Famous Dex. They're going to offer it to Richard Kidd. Richard Kidd might turn it down. They're going to go to Nav. After Nav, they're probably gonna
put Black Youngster on it.
Bro, one of them they gonna
no, that ass. Youngster gonna be there.
Nigga, when my name come up,
Youngster's damn sure gonna be on it.
Stop playing with my fucking name.
I forgot about
All 3 of
You
y'all.
know his type numbers that Black Youngster be pulling? He's been on tour for like past 3 months.
Black Youngster, bro. To be honest with you.
Black Youngster's been on tour for the past 3
For some reason, I can't take that nigga serious.
Hey.
I feel like Black Youngster might be one of the first people that they put on there.
Yeah, Youngster do got clout. I fuck with him.
Yeah, he's gonna be one of the first people they put on there.
Hey, play this.
Youngster, Dex, probably Cardi.
If they make it before X gets out of jail, he doesn't make it. If they make it after he gets out of jail, he's probably will. Because I believe when he gets out of jail, the buzz for him is so much on the internet. Again, y'all got to separate internet buzz. Like, pull like this. Me, I got almost, like, if I was a rapper, I got max internet buzz. Now, if I go out in real life and see niggas that don't be on the internet all day, fucking with hip-hop a lot, they have no idea who I am. That's just the facts. Again, so that's what I'm saying. You got to combine everything, right? X right now, he got, like, a lot of internet buzz. Like, you like, I'll tweet something out about him, it will get 2,000 retweets. 1,000 maybe because of me, and definitely the other 1,000 because of him. Right? Like, that's how hot he is. However, outside of the internet bubble, like, nobody knows him. They haven't seen him. There's not a package around. Like, they don't know the song Look at Me. So, that's the issue for him. But if he gets out, he's going to have a tour, right? And as soon as he goes on tour, he's making it. So that's what I'm saying. All he needs to do is get out of jail, go on tour. But if he doesn't get out of jail, it's gonna be like too premature.
Well, he gonna get out. I guess he waiting on a judge or some shit like that. But yeah, that does make sense. If he's in jail, there's no use to having him on there. He's just gonna be a waste space.
Yeah.
A waste space. It might go.
And also we gotta remember that Lil Herb got snubbed at one point. Right? Herb was hot as a not last year, the year before. He was hot as a motherfucker. He got snubbed. So the people that and Herb been touring. Herb had signed to Cinematic when they snubbed him. They still snubbed him. So when you tell me a nigga just getting like a lot of plays on SoundCloud and that alone is gonna make him get it, nah. There's a lot of niggas getting plays on SoundCloud. They got a lot of people to choose from. Now I'm not gonna lie, X got an unusual amount of buzz, but it got to come into real life for them to really justify that, especially with other people going to be putting on there. Yo, Nav is dropping a collab tape this year with Metro Boomin. Are you gonna tell me that he's like?
But listen, Nav ain't dropping songs like a year though.
Yo, you heard of this guy called Soho or something like that?
Nice. Oh no, you're not making it.
No. Well, first of all, I think he rolls or he's like cool with Trill Sammy. If Trill Sammy ain't make it, how is he gonna make it? Like I know him because of Trill Sammy.
Trill Sammy fucking
Nice Soho?
Yeah.
Oh no, the reason I say that because like
in all honesty, also this year, if Playboy Cardi, if he puts out a project, he'll make it. He got to put out a project. Got to put out a project before, or he got to have some songs buzzing right before as well.
I think he turned it down last year.
I don't think about that.
Yo, what you think about YFN Lucci?
I don't think he really. I think he cares about fashion more than fucking rap.
Lucci. Actually, Lucci probably will make it. See, that's another thing. Nigga, like, yo, and this was going to fuck y'all up. You see a nigga like Lucci. Where's Lucci from, by the way?
Lucci's from Atlanta, but he's throwing features right now.
All right. So this is another thing that's gonna fuck y'all up because and again it shows a difference in generation. When you think about the entire game, right? You got the niggas who really come up on SoundCloud, they just get a ton of play, and then when it's time they go on tour and blah blah, all is sweet. Then you have other niggas who really kind of came up still from the street, or they've been doing their thing locally for a minute, right? They weren't no internet sensation. And they've been putting work, and you could see their growth consistently. YFN Lucci's one. Youngster is gonna be one, right? Where these niggas, they were doing their thing in their local towns for a minute. Dolph is the perfect example of what I'm talking about. Yeah, so there always gonna be a couple of those people. You get me? So,
I mean, I know who's gonna make it this year, but y'all niggas might not. Y'all niggas might not know, but he's like the biggest rapper. He's kind of bigger than X. He's like almost up there with Uzi. 50 Tyson.
Stop.
50 Tyson.
You know what? I've heard a lot of people did say Rob Banks is gonna make it. Maybe, but I don't know.
Yeah, Rob Banks, he's lit.
Yeah, Rob Banks
from Florida too. I mean, all supposed to be.
It's gonna be some low key people like how Lil Dicky and them made it.
It's gonna be like two niggas
you
you don't know.
Lil B made it, bro. So you know Ugly God gonna make it, bro. If Lil B made it,
God not making it, bro.
No, Lil B, like Ugly God's fan base is not.
Lil B was on something totally different.
Yo, Ugly God hasn't put out like a mixtape, bro.
You say you gotta drop a mixtape?
He hasn't.
I mean, now that you think about it, Uzi. I mean, Designer didn't drop no album when he was on the X list. Who else did?
Actually,
no. When a nigga got a platinum single, bruh, you can't deny a plaque, bruh. When a nigga brings a #1 single in the country, I mean, I ain't really think Design should be there because he had the body of work, but that nigga had a #1 single in the country.
That's like saying Broccoli the nigga who made Broccoli need to be on that.
I mean, they had Design on there by default, bro.
They approached Drum last year. They might do it again, and that's another thing. You gonna see Drum in the mix.
Oh no, I know Lil B is bigger than I ain't trying to disrespect my father, Lil B.
Listen, just trust and believe. Half of those lists I posted up, half of them niggas ain't making it. I know it, okay? But it's good for conversation because in terms of internet buzz, these guys, they have a lot of internet buzz.
Yo, Akademiks, PNB.
A lot of internet buzz. Like if you think about X got a buzz on the internet right now. I ain't never seen. Like
somebody paid me
the only person that I've seen had that type of buzz,
Keith.
Nah, no, well, I mean, Keith had his own buzz, but Keith was kind of like the turning point for where the internet started dictating shit. Like, Keith had a army of fans online. But the last time I seen it was after Keith. So it's hard to compare Keith to these niggas because Keith revolutionized this shit. But I can kind of compare his kind of cult type of shit to like Uzi a little bit. Like Uzi had like just a demanding amount of people. Like, yo, when Uzi tweets something out, like 8,000 people retweet it. Like, you would think he's like the fucking Weeknd or like Meek Mill, or actually Meek kind of fell off, but like Drake or some shit like that, like a huge star. But it's because he got a huge his internet following surpasses Yachty, surpasses Kodak.
It's because
this nigga X
knows how to do it, bro.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You're right with that. Like he knows how to be an internet nigga, and I think that's not really to give Drake credit, because I know how niggas be like, oh, you give Drake credit for everything. No. That's kind of what Drake also pioneered. You could be an internet nigga without being on the internet all day, nigga. You get me? Like, Uzi knows how to use the internet. There's certain rappers that know how to use the internet. And when they use the internet without being seen all the time or always being on there tweeting or doing shit, the reaction or the clamor for them is so much, their buzz is even bigger. That's the thing with X right now. X is in jail. People want him. Like, they want information about him. They want anything about him. Yo, people send me shit about X all day. They're dying for information.
Yo, Akademiks.
And because of that, like, he has a lot of clips out there. It's going viral, all that shit. People know how to use, like, he's using the internet. I don't think he's doing it deliberately. He's locked up. Who knows? Maybe he gets out now and he tweets every 5 minutes and niggas like, oh, this nigga's like Wale. Like, he ain't fucking with this. But right now, his use of not being there, to be honest, the longer he stays in jail, the bigger he gets.
Yeah, the bigger he gets, bro.
The longer, and it's crazy because the songs that is popping is like over 2 years old. The longer he stays in jail, the more popping he gets. I'm telling you.
He's gonna be out by April, so.
Well, we don't know. Like, that's what they say, right?
Yeah, how old do you think he is, bro?
I know a little
Yo,
bit.
Akademiks.
He's 19. Yo, what up?
He's 19.
Yo, where's PNB from?
PNB from Philly. PNB might actually be on it. You see,
That's what I'm saying.
PNB is
like
one
that.
of them niggas that, and also PNB signed to Atlantic Records. Atlantic Records was putting in a bid for that nigga. Okay, a bid, because Atlantic Records needs him to pop off. PNB Rock will probably make it. He'll probably make it. I do think he needs a little bit of a hit song. He needs a like that one song to kind of go a little bit viral. But he's been putting in work. He went on a tour with Glizzy, Day Day, and a couple other people. Did Day Day make it this year?
Yeah, that's another thing. They probably gonna make it.
Day Day gonna make it. Listen, all them tours, which I don't think that tour was too popping from what I was seeing. Like that, it was called Born in a New Nation or whatever tour. It was Glizzy, Day Day, PNB. I don't think it was too late.
They all
However, from what I'm seeing, XXL actually gets invited to those tours, right? So when you get the writers and all that shit, they invited to those tours. That's what they see. Again, it's all about focusing these writers and the people on that panel. The people on the panel ain't like, you see me, I ain't going to your show. Like, them shit don't sway me because I wouldn't be there, right? So I'm looking on the internet. Like, you know what I mean? My frame of view is the internet. Like, however, I could understand what doesn't go beyond the internet, right? Like, I know X is probably one of the hottest artists out right now online. And when I'm saying online, it's because of the noise, right? Now, he might actually not be, because as we've seen with the internet noise, it's not necessarily the end-all, be-all. The Migos seem like the hottest shit on the planet. They're probably going to sell 100,000, right? That type of buzz is almost comparable to what Drake had, and Drake sold a milli, right?
I was about to ask you, what was the numbers looking like?
Well, it's finalizing now. It's going to be between 100 and 120 though. But that's the thing. So if you looked at the noise, you're like, yo, the Migos is so hot, they're going to sell 600,000 first week. It's not the case.
They will never do that.
It's not the case. So you can't be blinded by the noise sometimes. Sometimes shit is just the internet meme culture, the internet just like word of mouth shit. And a lot of times, depending on what group it's actually popular with, the fans might not buy it, right? Like, the
Let's
Migos
keep
got
it
popping
that
between with the range of 12 to like 17. They're not gonna buy a record. Most of them are gonna download it illegally. Some might bump it on Apple Music. That's not gonna equate to hundreds of thousands of sale. It's gonna equate to tens of thousands. Same shit with Meek. Remember I did a whole rant on Meek. Niggas would be hitting me all day. DC4, DC4, DC4 on the way. Niggas do day. DC4 on the way. Niggas having twins. DC4 on the way. It's a C-section. DC4. I'm like, oh my God. This shit got to do like 300,000. You had Slow in here. Yo, we going to Millie. Millie first week. Did 86. You get me? And the reason why is that most of those fans, they're young. And again, the younger fan base, they have a lot of time to be on the internet, tweeting, retweeting, standing, doing all that shit. They ain't got no job, okay? They ain't got too much to do. Okay, but when it comes to the sales, they're not buying, right? And sometimes they're not even streaming because they don't even have Apple Music. They trapping out the bandwidth. There's nothing wrong with that because I support that. But that's why sometimes the noise you gotta gauge. You gotta gauge like, is that like? Think about it. When J. Cole shit was dropping, to me at least in my view, there was less noise for J. Cole online than there was for Meek Mill DC4. Who is the one that sold like 400,000 or 500,000, whatever the number is?
And cuz Akademiks, he kind of pulled like what you were talking about, how that Uzi is. How Uzi knows how to use his shit. You know, the reason why Meek probably didn't sell a lot, he was supposed to so like, you know, J. Cole came in and did what he had to do and just dropped that bitch, even though J. Cole a bitch. But he came in there and dropped that bitch, had everybody like, oh shit, J. Cole's back. Everybody went to go copy it. Everybody knew when DC4 is on the way, and all that shit. So he just probably got tired of waiting.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I like how certain people use the internet. I like how Nav been using it. Like, you know what I mean? Nav kind of let his music sit out there and let people kind of build like, yo, who is this Nav nigga? Who's this?
Niggas want to know his face. He used to hide his face.
Exactly.
Nigga, when my name
now,
respect it.
Now he kind of shows his face, but you gonna notice he ain't do no interviews. No talking to these niggas.
No more.
He didn't even do like a tour yet. I think he's just starting his tour this year. His first show.
Exactly, and he's about to have a mix. So it's all about strategy, yo. Like again, there's no one formula that works, but you get to realize that social media is a thing you got to take advantage of without looking corny. You could take advantage of social media and look corny. Then you could take advantage of social media and look dope and always have people wondering more.
Exactly, bro.